everybody, it's time for the Grumpy Guy Show. This is Derek talking about episode number 76, Go Somewhere Else for Jet Tracking, recorded on Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. Tonight's topics: Elon shows his arrogance again, sideloading is coming, and the oxymoron finally made it to the show. Stick around, it's a good episode. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Grumpy Guy Show. I'm Derek McAllister.
And I'm Ryan McAllister.
So tonight we got a packed show. Possibly going to go through it quickly. Who knows?
No, we won't.
Anything's possible. But if you're actually watching the video, you're probably going to notice that for some stupid reason, my voice does not match with the video. Ryan says on his end it does. On my end, I can tell you it doesn't, because I see myself there and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a Bruce Lee movie, you know, where hello. You know, it's the opposite, really. It's hello. I don't get it, but whatever. So what do you say we jump right into it, since we are
transition time?
That's right, transition time. So, first topic that I have on here. Elon Musk bans another Twitter user for a stupid reason.
So Elon's having a normal one.
Yeah. Except this one, it's all about him personally, and it may even be half the reason that he really, that he joked around about, oh, I'm going to buy Twitter. It could be. So there's somebody who for a very long time has posted the whereabouts of Elon Musk's jet.
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
There's a lot of accounts that do that with people's jets.
Yeah, but the thing is, Elon is always saying, "Oh, I'm all about saving the planet. Tesla's going to save the planet, and I'm leading Tesla in saving the planet." Yet he bounces all around, all over the place in his jet, which, it's a jet. It's not an electric plane. It's a jet. It burns fuel.
Powered by jet fuel.
Yeah. And of course, when you burn anything, it heats up the atmosphere. That's how it works. In case you didn't know that, Elon, that's how it works. So, at any rate.
He's just as hypocritical as the politicians.
Yeah. So, he banned this guy.
One.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't ever try, because he can't be president. And that's all he cares about, But whatever. So he banned this person's Twitter account in the name of safety. Personal safety. It's a violation of Twitter's policies because it can cause personal harm. And the guy who had this account, he commented and he said, you can ban me and say it's all about personal safety and everything, but all of the information that I post is public information. I don't have access to any kind of
safety.
Yeah. He said, I don't have access to any kind of, special information about your jet and where it is. It's all public. I'm getting it from the FAA, which is public. And unless you are going to suddenly, somehow, get elected and make a law stating that the FAA's records are no longer public, which, by the way, can't happen because the FAA is a public function, it's just stupid. This is not at all about somebody's personal safety. This is about, oh, well, people are following me and they know what I'm doing. That's what it's all about. It's just, it kills me. It really does. And, you get so many idiots who believe that, he's doing this because, oh, he's not safe. Bullshit.
Of course he's safe. He's famous.
You know, if he doesn't feel that he's safe, he's got plenty of money to hire a security staff, which, oh, by the way, he probably already has one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just him being childish is what it is. You know, oh, look at me. I'm big and important and I'm the CEO and I can do what I want now.
Yep.
You know, just
He
enough.
probably just bought Twitter so he can get all of his critics off of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. Some of the decisions he's made are just completely and totally stupid. And it really truly does come across to me as being, very, very childish and very much like this was the purpose for buying Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Not to save it or anything. Because all that he's done since then is anything but try to save it.
He's only made it worse.
Yeah, I mean, you get rid of 75% of your staff. You can't do that. You can't expect 25% of the people that are there to be able to handle everything that's going on. I read an article, a tech writer that I've been following for a long time. He spoke with somebody who used to work there, who knows a lot of people that are there, and there were a lot of projects that were going on that were going to move Twitter to the next level. But he
Mm-hmm.
fired all of them, which leaves absolutely nobody there to finish these things, which means, it's not that they aren't partly in production or anything. They're partly in production. And if something fails, Twitter's done. It's going to go down and he's going to end up having to spend a ton of money to bring people back to actually try and get it up and running again. But hey, he's brilliant. Can't tell you how many people have said, "Oh, he's so smart." No, he's not.
If he's so smart, then how has he managed to run this website that was already doing terrible into the ground?
Yeah, he's done a good job at that.
Most people I've seen on Twitter are amazed that it exists.
Well, it's not so much about whether or not it exists. The problem is, some of the work that was going on was to replace very old code. And you get rid of all of your engineers, your software engineers, and guess what? You got nobody to replace that old code.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, simply put, you don't have the talent to do it. You can't do it. You can't just say, "Oh, I'll do this," and that's that. No, it doesn't work like that with programming. It takes an awful lot of testing, an awful lot of playing around and whatnot to actually do it properly. Especially when you're talking about something that's, I guarantee there's millions of lines of code there. To get all that working correctly and get it so that it's integrating between systems. That's a lot of work. And you're not going to do it by cutting out 75% of the staff, whether it's losing money or not. And that was one of his other statements was, oh, Twitter's just on it. Twitter is on a path to bankruptcy. Well, Twitter's been on a path to bankruptcy pretty much since inception. It has never made money. Never. But anyway. So what do you say we transition to our next Elon topic? Yes, folks, it's
That's
probably another
right, we
show
got another
filled with them.
one.
Yeah. so so apparently Elon has gotten the hint or idea that a lot of people feel he's bad for Twitter.
No,
Yeah.
really?
So the moron put a poll out there, say, and asking if he should step down as Twitter, and with that he also stated that I will abide by the results of this poll.
Mm.
57% of people said yes, go away.
guess what? He didn't step down.
Yeah, I don't think he will. You
Oh,
know,
I guarantee you he won't.
no, I mean,
And also, he said later that Twitter will only allow subscribers to Twitter Blue to vote in policy-related polls just because of the results of this.
yeah,
The man loses one election and immediately introduces poll taxes.
yeah. I didn't know about that, but it doesn't surprise me. It's he won and by a lot.
Stop the count. Oh
Yeah.
wait.
And of course, the problem with him stating that is he's taken away so many people's their subscriptions. He said, "Nope, it's done." It's like not everybody who was Twitter Blue is Twitter Blue again, which means, oh, by the way, folks, he's stacking it.
Mm.
I mean, it would be very interesting to know the statistics on how many of those votes were by people who were who are Twitter Blue subscribers versus how many of them are bots. Oh, that's right. He can't tell how many are bots. Just like Twitter couldn't, which was his whole his attempted justification for not actually going through with the purchase.
Mm.
I'm like,
Yep.
he stated several times, well, I want to know how many bots there are. Twitter said, we don't know. We can't tell.
We don't know.
There's no way for us to tell.
Everyone on Twitter is a bot except for you.
Yeah. But that was his major justification for deciding to let to not go through with the deal. But
Yep.
then he found out that he was probably going to have to go through with it whether he liked it or not. So he
And he
pretended that,
did.
oh yes, this was my intent all along. I wasn't joking. I wasn't changing my mind. Yeah, bull crap.
Sure you were.
But this poll, there's a lot of people that are saying this poll was really about a way to try and back out and sell Twitter.
Hmm.
That's not going to happen. Nobody's stupid enough to buy it.
Nobody is.
I mean, you're the idiot who walked in and decided you were going to get rid of every executive and
Walked in
also
with a sink,
yeah,
making the most obvious joke possible.
yeah, and then you immediately get rid of every executive, you get rid of the board of directors, and then you fire 75% of your staff. You just screwed over the possibility of selling the thing.
It seems like he's treating this whole thing as a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, everything to him is a joke. And that's part of the problem there is with these multi-billionaires like that. Money's nothing. It's all just a joke to them. But I hope,
But he
there's
seems a bit more open about the fact that he treats everything like a joke.
I think it's much more along the lines of he's just too stupid to realize the difference.
Hmm.
Somebody pointed out he didn't work hard for his money. His
Hmm.
family was very wealthy.
Yep.
Plain and simple. He came from a wealthy family, which, yeah, okay, so he took a chance with PayPal. But, there's a limit to how much of a chance that is when you start talking about the fact that, you don't have to worry. If it fails, you just go running back to mom and dad and they give you another couple $1,000,000.
And then he goes and buys Tesla.
Yeah, so, he got lucky with PayPal and then he got lucky with Tesla. But, with Tesla, now there's a possibility, or I should say a rumor, that the board is actually trying to shove him out.
Oh, I hope that happens.
I'm like, wouldn't that be justice? you know, it, it,
Ironic,
yeah, but
as the Senate once said.
Yeah, I mean, he's running it into the ground. He's being childish with it because what's happening now is, he's got all these grand ideas on what to do with Tesla and how to make it so that it's better and everything. But the problem he's got is the big name car companies who've been around for a century or more are shifting. And when you get companies with the money that General Motors and Ford have, they can shift pretty damn quickly. And they're starting to shift. Sure, they don't have an individual that's worth $44 billion. Not that he's worth that anymore, but, you know,
Not even close, probably.
no, he's lost over $1 billion in wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, it was he lost over $100 billion in wealth or something like that. It's just insane how much he lost. But anyhow, Ford and General Motors have been around for a long, long time, and they've got a lot of money.
They do.
And it's not even just Ford and General Motors. You look at all the Japanese companies; they can shift pretty quick. And then you look at Hyundai. They actually have one of the highest rated fully electric vehicles on the market right now.
Nice.
They're a fairly new
Good for
company.
them.
I mean, you know, they, I don't even remember when they started. I think it was like the 80s or something like that. So they're not nearly as old as General Motors or Ford or Chrysler or, Daimler or anything like that. However, they've,
Fiat.
they built
Fiat's
themselves.
who owns Chrysler. It's not Mercedes Benz anymore.
No, I didn't say it was. I said Mercedes Benz Daimler has a lot of money.
Yeah, I thought you were referring to it as in the
Oh, no, no.
Daimler Chrysler partnership
No, no.
from like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long ago. But
Almost.
but at any rate, all these companies they have the money to be able to switch. They know it's coming. They've probably been in the process of switching over for quite some time, but
Yep.
they haven't been full force on
And
it.
Ford has been the loudest about the switch.
Yeah, but they're
So
they're changing.
so I have a feeling that they've been switching. They've been doing the switch for a lot longer.
Well, I'm not sure that they've been doing, any of these companies have been looking to switch for a long time. I think what they've been doing is methodically planning it out.
Yeah,
But the
that's what I
only
mean.
the only thing that Tesla has actually done is it's pushed these companies to say, okay, we can't be really methodical about this. We got to go full force.
We gotta
So
jump in head first.
yeah. So they're actually doing that, and it shows. One of the other things that's happening is Hyundai actually released for production and sale a car in, I believe it was Australia, that is hydrogen based. So I don't remember exactly how they work, but basically the only output from them is water.
Interesting.
It's got some kind of hydrogen fuel cell, and the only byproduct is water. And it's supposed to be quite efficient as well. So, that's another option that to me sounds better than batteries because there are so many issues when it comes to batteries. Part of which
They're
is,
bombs.
the biggest issue that I see with them is it's going to put a major strain on the electric system, a
Hmm.
strain that the electric system is not prepared for. Look at California and last year Texas. Oh, it's going to be really hot today, so don't run your air conditioner because we're going to have rolling blackouts. You freaking kidding me? And yet, California by 2035, I think it is, or it might be 2030, will not allow any sales of internal combustion motors. Doesn't
Yep.
matter what it's for, whether it's a car or whatnot. Doesn't
Or a
matter.
boat.
Yeah, no internal combustion motors. And I'm like, okay. And what's worse with that is they have a ton of sunshine. Every single
At least
roof.
they're not. At least they're not completely banning the internal combustion engine from use by then, because there are a lot of classic car nuts in California that would be pissed.
Well, the problem is if
The
they
state
tried,
government would probably be overthrown if that happened.
yeah, they know they can't do that.
Hmm.
Because that's telling people, oh, by the way, I don't care if you can afford it or not, you have to buy a new car.
Yeah.
And that's not going to
So
fly.
California politicians are stupid, but not that stupid.
Yeah, something like that. But I don't know. I mean, so Tesla's having a hard time because you know the whole reason people were interested in Tesla, like highly interested, was the fact that they were supposed to be low cost, high quality cars. Well, they're not low cost, and the quality is going down. There's a lot of people that are having problems with their Teslas. But anyway,
But hey, what do I know?
yeah. So what do you say we transition away from Elon?
What else do we have?
So, saw an ad the other day for a restaurant, and
Okay.
it's something that has bugged the crap out of me for a very, very long time. But this one, this one really gets me.
Mm-hmm.
So, their ad, went through talking about all the stuff they offer and everything, and none of it is anything that's considered classic Italian type of foods. You know, it's it's a pizza place, a coal-fired pizza place, okay? And they start talking about all the Italian offerings they have, traditional with a twist. That's a contradiction, you morons. If it's
Mm-hmm.
traditional, it doesn't have a twist. Simply put, you can't have something that is traditional but twisted. No, it's not traditional then.
No, if it's twisted, it's not traditional anymore.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not huge on Christmas, which, some people might, watching video, might say, well, you've got a Christmas theme behind you. Well,
Mm,
just because. But, I'm not huge on it. So
It's
my
because it's this weekend.
my playlist, my Christmas playlist is actually, I call it Odd, Derek's Odd Christmas. And it's
Mm-hmm.
because it's got all kinds of parodies in there. A lot of which are from Bob Rivers.
I was gonna say from the same one artist.
Well, no, I mean, you listen to the Looney Tunes stuff that's on there, and that's kind of parody.
I consider that more covers
Yeah,
with one original song.
yeah, but, I mean, seriously, you know, I forgot where the heck I was going. Oh, so that's Twisted, right? I mean, they call it
Yep, that
Twisted
is
Christmas.
twisted.
They don't
The
call
albums
it,
are called Twisted Christmas.
yeah, they don't call it Twisted. They don't call it traditional with a twist. They call it Twisted Christmas because it's twisted. It's messed up. It's not right.
It's
you
not
know?
traditional in any way.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing with this.
Hell,
It's
some of the
not
songs that are
traditional.
being parodied aren't even Christmas songs in the first place.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Which only makes it better.
Certainly makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, so that's all I got there. Just don't call yourself twisted. Don't call yourself traditional with a twist because it can't happen. You're either
Mm-hmm.
one or the other. You're not both. Either that or if you can say, okay, well, we have traditional Italian foods and some with our own twist on it. Don't tell
It's like
me.
saying a good place in New Jersey. That's not possible.
I'm not going there. I've never been in New Jersey, so I don't know.
Neither
And
have
neither
I,
have
but I've
you.
been told
Yeah.
stories.
Well,
One of my best friends is from New Jersey.
you can't base it on somebody else's opinion. You have to make
I
your
know,
own.
but I've been warned.
Yeah. At any rate, so what do you say we switch over to our last topic?
Let's see here. What do we got?
All right. So this is kind of good news. Kind of.
Kind of.
Probably not for many people that are actually listening to the podcast, but there may be a few out there who have iPhones, possibly. Don't know. I don't get those statistics.
Wait, good news? Apple?
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, the thing is, I should probably have labeled it mixed news because it is good for the consumer, but the reason they're doing it is probably not so good.
Oh.
So what they're doing is they're actually considering allowing people to sideload apps.
Ooh.
Something you've been able to do on Android since its inception, or maybe not inception, since its release. You've been able to do that, which, by the way, includes app stores. So, Amazon has an app store of their own. Guess what? If you're running Fire OS, that's Android. Anything that's on Amazon's app store is Android. It is an Android
Even
thing.
if it's owned by Lex Luthor.
Yeah. But, it's so I mean that's just one example. There's plenty of them out there. There's one that your brother introduced me to, F-Droid. Basically, the
Mm-hmm.
whole premise of that is, they're going to tell you most of the apps on there don't want any of your data at all. And any of them that could potentially get your data, the store says, hey, this might have something you don't like. This might have a permission you don't like. But, the reason I say that this should probably be listed as mixed news is because more than likely what they're trying to do is they're trying to um, prevent the EU from coming after them. Because right now, Apple has a complete and total monopoly. If you jailbreak your phone, which that's what it's called on the iPhone when you unlock it so that you can install something that's not in the App Store. But when you jailbreak your phone, um, yeah, in order to install an app that is not through the App Store, you have to jailbreak your phone. And as soon as you do that, you void your warranty. So, part of the reason that I think we haven't heard a whole lot about the EU's lawsuit against Google regarding the Play Store is because you can sideload. And there are other app stores out there, including some from manufacturers. Samsung has their own app store. If you buy a Samsung device, you have the Samsung App Store installed on it. And there's some apps like I've got a Galaxy Watch, a Samsung Galaxy Watch. There's some apps that I can't get from the Play Store You actually have to get it from the Samsung store. I don't have it because apparently it's only compatible with Samsung devices. But that shows, that shows that Google doesn't have a monopoly on apps. There are other manufacturers, because Android is open source. The only reason you have to put Google products on there is if you want Google support on things. There are manufacturers out there who do not use Google products. So you don't get the Play Store, you don't get Gmail, you don't get all the Google Docs and Google Sheets and all that other stuff. You don't get it. But it's an option. And you can't do that with Apple. And right now, the way the EU is going, the EU is very consumer focused, unlike the United States, which, the United States politicians are very self focused. How much money do I get? The EU says, well, you know what? I don't care about what kind of money you think you're going to give me. What I care about is the fact that you're screwing over the constituents. So I think Apple's play with this is that they're trying to prevent a lawsuit by the EU. It's just a guess.
They should have been sued long ago.
Oh, they should have been sued before Google was. But the problem is, outside of the United States, Apple products, they have no dominance whatsoever.
Yep.
The only place Apple products are even close to dominant is in the United States. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of it has to do with, I guess, elitism is what you would say. People, they cost more. Oh, it costs more, therefore it's better. Not necessarily. The VHS cost more than a beta, but beta was better. But at any rate, folks, probably heard the music starting up in the background.
In that case, good night.
We'll see you.